There's a place on this earth where the sun disappears for months, where the ocean freezes solid enough to crush steel, where temperatures fall so far below zero that exposed metal shatters like glass, and human skin freezes in under 4 minutes. A place where the wind doesn't blow, it attacks. Where nature has spent 10,000 years building the most hostile environment our planet has ever produced. A place where no rational human being would ever choose to build anything. And yet, somewhere above the Arctic Circle, one of the most audacious engineering projects in human history is taking shape. A megaport, a maritime gateway so strategically positioned, so technically ambitious, so geopolitically charged that the countries watching its construction aren't just watching with curiosity. They're watching with fear, because whoever controls this port controls the future of global trade.
The storm has intensified rapidly, forcing us to assess the stability of this Arctic outpost. This platform is holding. I have been on many assignments, but nothing prepared me for these conditions out here on this mega project. The conditions here on the rig are reaching critical levels. It is intensely cold, but operations continue here. The storm has intensified, but these mega machines keep turning, a testament to the scale of this Arctic project. Despite the impossible conditions, these crews continue, highlighting the immense financial pressure behind these delays. Even in these relentless whiteout conditions, the construction of this critical infrastructure continues without interruption. The dedication of these teams. Despite the unforgiving cold, this Arctic megaport continues to rise, a testament to human will against impossible odds.
To understand why this port exists, why anyone would spend billions of dollars building a harbor at the top of the world, you need to understand a single number: 21 days. That is how much time a cargo vessel saves when it travels between Europe and Asia through the Arctic Ocean instead of through the Suez Canal. 21 days of fuel costs eliminated. 21 days of crew wages saved. 21 days of inventory capital unlocked. In global shipping, where a single container vessel can carry over 20,000 standard containers in one voyage. 21 days doesn't just represent time. It represents an economic transformation so large that shipping analysts have spent decades trying to calculate its full implications. The Arctic route, formerly called the Northern Sea Route, hugs the northern coast of Russia for over 5,000 kilometers. For most of recorded history, it was impassable. The ice made a graveyard for ships foolish enough to attempt it. But something changed, something enormous. The Arctic is warming at nearly 4 times the rate of the global average. The ice is retreating, and where ice retreats, opportunity advances.
Welcome to the Arctic's busiest gateway. This logistics terminal is essential for global trade, operating around the clock in extreme conditions. The scale of this operation is truly unprecedented. This terminal handles over 20 million tons annually, even in these conditions. The scale of this structure is unimaginable. This quay stretches endlessly through the industrial fog, disappearing completely into the distance. Beneath this frozen surface lies a complex network of Arctic-grade engineering, with foundations driven deep into the permafrost. The scale of this operation is truly overwhelming. The docking wall stretches for kilometers into the ice. The lateral force on this Arctic docking wall is being tested by this approaching ice-class vessel. The engineers assured me it was designed to withstand. The scale of this Arctic megaport is staggering, with operations built to withstand the harshest conditions. This wall of steel and concrete, this final port, stands as the last barrier between civilization and the frozen heart of the Arctic.
But here's where the story gets complicated. Building a port anywhere in the world is a massive undertaking. Building one above the Arctic Circle introduces engineering challenges so layered, so interconnected, so ruthlessly unforgiving that they don't just multiply the difficulty, they transform the entire nature of the project. The first challenge is the ground itself. Beneath the Arctic tundra lies permafrost, permanently frozen ground that in some regions extends hundreds of meters below the surface. Permafrost sounds stable. It sounds like a foundation you could build on. And for thousands of years, Arctic communities did exactly that. But permafrost has a hidden vulnerability. Heated, even slightly, and it doesn't just soften. It collapses. The ice crystals holding the ground together melt, and the soil loses its structural integrity almost instantly. Engineers have a name for this process. They call it thermokarst, and it is one of the most insidious threats any Arctic construction project faces. Now add the fact that the construction of a large port generates enormous amounts of heat. Machinery, vehicles, buildings, friction, industrial operations. All of it radiates thermal energy directly into the ground below. If the foundation design is wrong, the port doesn't just settle unevenly, it sinks catastrophically.
Welcome to the site. This megaport is a feat of engineering, isn't it?
It's the coldest, largest port we've ever built.
And it's vital for global shipping. This massive refrigeration pipe network is the largest underground freezing project in the world. We're freezing the soil collapse. The heart of the system operates here, handling pressures unimaginable outside this chamber. The scale of this engineering is simply breathtaking. Beside this foundation piling, frost-covered pipes are actively cooling the ground. This prevents the building from sinking as temperatures rise. The engineers here face a constant, critical risk. Structural stability is tracked in real time against the harshest Arctic conditions. The readings are critical. If the refrigeration system fails, this entire structure will begin to shift. We are running out of time.
And irreversibly. And the Arctic Ocean does make other plans. Frequently, brutally, and without warning. In the third construction winter, a storm system developed in the central Barents Sea that meteorologists later described as a generational weather event. Wind speeds sustained above 120 kilometers per hour for 36 consecutive hours. Wave heights in the outer approaches exceeded 14 meters. Sea ice was driven landward by the storm surge with forces that exceeded every design scenario the engineering team had modeled for that particular storm track. The port's protective breakwater, still under construction at that point, not yet at full design height, took direct impact, loading from ice ridge formations driven by the surge. The monitoring systems recorded structural stress readings that reached 87% of design limit in the most exposed sections. 87%, 13% from the edge of structural failure, on a structure that wasn't finished, in a storm that no one had predicted would take that exact path. The crew sheltered. The automation systems kept running. The sensor network recorded every microsecond of the event. And when the storm passed and the engineers reviewed the data, what they found was both sobering and, in its own way, extraordinary. The structure had held, not comfortably, but had held. And the data it generated in those 36 hours of extreme loading taught the engineering team more about Arctic structural behavior than 3 years of standard testing had produced.
The Arctic is a relentless force, but this breakwater, this engineering marvel, stands as a testament to human determination against all odds.
These aren't just waves, they're the Arctic's proving ground. The breakwater had to withstand this very environment before it could ever be certified.
The storm of a century raged on this very spot. But the completed breakwater now stands as a testament to perseverance.
The extent of the damage here is just unbelievable. Far worse than anticipated.
The Arctic tried to break it. The ocean raged against it. But this structure holds fast. We have proven stand.
The environmental story of this port is the one that generates the most controversy, and it deserves an honest telling. No industrial facility of this scale can be built in one of the world's most sensitive ecosystems without impact. The Arctic Ocean is not just cold, it is irreplaceable. Its food chains, its biodiversity, its role in global climate regulation. all of it exists in a balance that human industrial activity has historically been catastrophically poor at respecting. The designers of this port know this, and to their credit, they have implemented environmental engineering measures that go significantly beyond regulatory requirements. Enclosed wastewater systems with zero discharge capability. Oil spill containment infrastructure designed for response times measured in minutes rather than hours. Noise reduction systems on the quay structures to minimize impact on marine mammal navigation. A real-time environmental monitoring network, separate from the port's operational sensors, that feeds continuous data to independent scientific oversight bodies. Whether these measures are sufficient is a question that scientists, environmentalists, and policymakers are actively debating. Whether they represent a genuine commitment to environmental responsibility or an engineered public relations exercise is a question that will only be answered over decades of operational reality. But the fact that this conversation is happening, that environmental engineering is now a first-order design consideration rather than an afterthought, represents a change in how megaprojects like this are being conceived. And that change, however imperfect, matters.
The Arctic megaport represents humanity's reach, a triumph over nature. But as the ice retreats, the cost of that victory becomes alarmingly clear. The floodlights are slowly activating across this harbor. We are seeing incredible industrial power reflecting across the frozen ice. The Arctic winter here is unforgiving, but the work of these vessels continues. The ice is a constant adversary. Welcome to the future of Arctic logistics. These fully automated systems operate around the clock in these extreme conditions. The heart of the Arctic's automated future beats here tonight. Relentless and precise. This facility processes cargo in conditions In this frozen wilderness, we witness a testament to human ambition, a silent sentinel against the harshest elements. The scale of this engineering feat, here at the edge of the world, demands a perspective that transcends the ordinary.
The first commercial vessel to dock at the completed facility arrived on a morning when the temperature was minus 42 degrees Celsius and the sun, technically above the horizon, offered approximately 40 minutes of pale gray light before setting again. She was an ice-class bulk carrier, 60,000 deadweight tons, carrying copper concentrate from a northern mining operation destined for processing facilities in northern Europe. Her captain, a Norwegian mariner with 30 years of Arctic experience, said later that docking at this port felt like the future arriving early. He was not wrong, because what this port represents is not just an engineering achievement. It is a signal, visible from space, visible on trade route maps, visible in the anxiety of shipping executives from Rotterdam to Shanghai, that the Arctic is open for business, that the geographic assumptions that have governed global trade for the last century and a half are being revised, that the top of the world, which humanity has always treated as a margin, is becoming a center. This is where it gets insane in the most profound sense of that word. The planet is changing fast enough that a port built on frozen ground in the Arctic Ocean is now considered a rational, commercially viable, strategically essential infrastructure investment. The very climate crisis that makes the Arctic accessible also threatens the permafrost that the port is built on. Engineers are building for a future created by forces they're also part of causing. The port is both a product of climate change and a participant in the global economy that drives it. That contradiction lives inside every steel pile, every refrigeration pipe, every automated crane cycle, and yet the ships are coming.
The scale of this operation is unprecedented, but at what cost?
We're standing at the edge of a new era.
One that demands we ask tough questions. They said it wasn't possible. The physics allure, but they did it.
A testament to human will.
I hope I can do justice to their story. The scale of this engineering feat is unprecedented. Building in this environment requires a philosophy of resilience and respect for nature's immense power.
Patience. The engineers and builders braved the brutal storms, the perpetual darkness, and the freezing conditions to construct this marvel.
Understanding the Arctic is not about fighting its power, but respecting the delicate balance of this majestic and In the extreme Arctic, engineering triumphs over nature with these frozen steel piles and subterranean refrigeration pipes. In this brutal land, survival is an act of defiance, a testament to the engineering that respects the raw power of nature. The impacts here will be felt for generations. This is Character A, signing off from the edge of the Arctic Circle.